Recording in progress. Happy New Year. We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited about your vision today. Happy New Year. We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited about your vision today. Happy New Year. We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited about your vision today. Happy New Year. We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited about your vision today.
Happy? I mean, there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay.
We're so strong and we're excited to see you tomorrow. I'm excited
Don't throw it.
vision today.
Don't throw it.
You know what?
Happy? So that there is a consequence to that. Just because I didn't say anything doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what? I mean, so that they not to put out that so that you look at it doesn't mean it's okay. Principal leaders that they try to continue tomorrow. Those poets, okay, those poets, you know what?
Anthony Itabo, a gynecologist, privately employed in Asaba.
Professor B.J. Bojuwoye from Laani.
Well, I'm Dr. Toyi Agbato, pediatrician from Lagos.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Olushola Odujinrin, public health physician from Lagos.
I'm Shea Lokuloshodikwe, ex-obstetrician gynecologist now in family medicine in the UK.
Dr. Ababio Okpaneye, a retired gynecologist and sexual health medicine practitioner.
I've been told to be brief, and I will be brief. I am Sir Chief Dr. Femi Majekodun, former chairman Alexander Brownhall, and former president of the student union at our time. The only medical student who was so big. Thank you.
Okay. I am Dr. Ayodele Olofin. Everybody has been coming from outside Ibadan. I retired from UCH as head of staff medical services.
Thank you very much. Please, sirs and mas, just take note that this program is being streamed live across the world. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Dele Akilo, consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, still actively practicing from Lagos.
I am Professor Olushola Kushimo, retired from Lagos, anesthesia.
I am Dr. Fadigola Ogundimu, retired neurosurgeon from Sudbury, Ontario in Canada.
I am Dr. Adibola Oluremi Ogundimu, retired pediatrician, practiced in Canada.
I am Dr. Ethel Aduni Adeloye. I'm a retired pediatrician from the United States of America.
I'm Olawumi Ashiru, public health physician, Lagos.
I am Adetun Agbe Davis, ní Ṣọ́lárin. I am a retired public health physician. Thank you.
Abdullahi Omotoke Awelenje, retired general physician, Lagos.
Oladosho Jangbede, retired obstetrician gynecologist. I'm based in Ibadan.
I'm Dr. Olushola Faminusi, retired general practitioner from Kaduna.
Hey, Doshi, thank you very much. I am Dr. Tunde Akindeko, a retired surgeon, but I'm still doing general practice.
I am from Lagos. And I've been working for 50 years in Ibadan. I'm a gynecologist. Thank you very much. Dr. Tony Marinho.
Maybe they are associate members of the class, but we need them to be introduced. So, is it that everybody will introduce his own? Or some each person, okay.
Good morning, all. Mrs. Pat Familusi.
Good morning, everyone. Gbemisola Agbato, married to Dr. Latoye Agbato.
Good morning. I am Dr. Mrs. Margaret Mobolajilawa, married to Femi.
Okay, I got that. That's nice. Okay, they actually look alike. All right. Yeah, please come over, sir. You are most welcome, sir. Well, you just came in at the time we are having self-introduction. And are you ready now to introduce yourself, sir? Or we'll give you a few minutes and come back. You are ready, sir? All right, sir.
I'm Kolawole Iyun. I was born... I'm Dr. Kolawole Iyun, a radiologist by profession, and I'm the owner of CoMUI X-ray Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. There's hardly anyone in Ibadan that will not know CoMUI X-ray Center, and nice seeing you again, sir. Thank you. So the next item we have, because of time, is to just roll over to the introductory remarks by the Provost, College of Medicine. And then, so I think...
A very distinguished jubilarian class of 1974. My teachers, I'm going to wait because my teacher from medical school is, so that he can hear, is a member of your class. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. I once again want to acknowledge the jubilarian class who graduated from the Faculty of Medicine in 1974. And as I welcome you, I say this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ebenezer, thus far the Lord has helped you. We are so delighted, and I want to stand on existing protocols because of time. And I believe everyone on this side will understand. Acknowledge everyone here. But I really want to acknowledge this great class. And especially acknowledge the 5th Provost of the College of Medicine, who is a member of this great class, Professor Oladoshu Ojengbede, my teacher from medical school. I have to be of good behavior because I have one teacher watching me here, I have another teacher watching. And they taught, and I noticed there are a lot of gynecologists in this group. I know gynecologists are known to be rich and handsome. Yes. So I'm not surprised that many, I happen to be married to one. So, so with all protocols, I just want to, because of time, give some brief introductory remarks. I'm not a woman of few words, but I would try, yes. When God was giving out gifts to people, when he gave gifts for speech, I went 10 times for it. So I must also acknowledge my teacher who turned 90 yesterday, Professor Laani. I've never forgotten those urology sessions in SOP. That time we used to be a little bit afraid of you, sir. I don't know if it seems like the jubilarian class, and you're not afraid of him. We were afraid of him. Okay. Well, we used to be afraid of Professor Jengbede. I just want to quickly thank you for what you have done, because you are building a living legacy. And this journey did not start recently. On the 1st of October in 2020, because I took office as the 12th Provost on the 1st of August 2020. On the 1st of October, that was a few, August, September, October, 2 months into my term, I formed a WhatsApp group with 19 members. There were many, including Professor Jengbede. And on that WhatsApp group, these were my introductory comments. Good afternoon, dear elders, friends, and colleagues. My name is Olayinka Olushola Umigbodu. A few weeks ago, our distinguished elder, Professor Jengbede, approached me about a possible project members of his class could carry out in the college. Different ideas came up, but I mentioned to him that every year, several members of the UCH community will pay dollars for the experience of an online course in leadership run by the University of Washington. If I remember clearly, and I mentioned some of the characteristics of the course, that UCH doctors and leaders were paying our, difficult to get dollars to attend in University of Washington in Seattle. The course was completely online, distance learning. It had modules. It was a short certificate course. It also had a PGD and a master's. And so I put this group together because after I spoke to Professor Jengbede, he felt that he would be able to convince his classmates. I know he belongs to 2 classes. Can I say that here? So I don't know which class you wanted to convince, but maybe you will say that later. Yes. So I now said that, why don't we do something like that? Run a course online, modules. It will be housed in the College of Medicine, run by experts from the college and University of Ibadan. I said law, these are things I wrote. It will involve law, communication, and involve the private sector. It will be truly multidisciplinary and multi-professional. World-class international, but at the same time unique, with special featuring aspects unique to Africa's cultural and social context. With course leaders developing this from across the college and university, as well as private sector. It's still on the WhatsApp for those who keep WhatsApp messages. I also went ahead to speak to Dr. Victor Makonjola. Dr. Victor Makonjola is the immediate past chairman of the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. And I know he was one of those pushing the cause, this cause in Seattle, in Washington. And they were giving a discount. So if you have up to 40, you pay less. And I noticed our doctors consultants were so enthusiastic. And I thought to myself, why are we so focused? But
generally, they were so enthusiastic about this external course. So I spoke to him, and he said the course is called Leadership and Management in Health. It is run for 12 weeks, completely online. All the sessions are pre-recorded. He found it extremely useful. These were the things I got from my discussion with Dr. Victor Makonjo. They were given regular assignments. You were allowed to move to the next module whether you failed or passed. Virtually all MDCAN executive would take the course. About 100 consultants in UCH had already taken the course. They register in groups, and it makes it cheaper. Several people had joined the UCH group as far as Zamfara, Gombe, and all over Nigeria. People were lumping up with UCH to attend this course in the University of Seattle. If I ask how many of the members of management have taken this course, I believe, Professor Adeoye, have you taken it? CMD, did you take it? Okay. But many of the DC Max had taken it. And they said the courses involve things like team building, and that they were now encouraging, the resident doctors now were registering for the course, and then the nurses, social workers. So it was like the whole of UCH were sold to this leadership training in University of Washington. And in fact, I was told that when Nigeria joined the course, their system crashed because there were so many, they had a large number. So they had to reorganize their online course because of the masses that came for this. And I wrote on the group, I said, Professor Jangbede will provide leadership for the process to develop this course. It would be good to have a first meeting and decide the way forward, adding other members of the group in the college and university. I've also taken the liberty to add Dr. Abib Olamitoye. Dr. Abib Olamitoye is my classmate from medical school. He runs several businesses, hospitals, hotels, and he's very much into training and teaching. I said I believe it will be a great, and we had the inaugural meeting on the 2nd of October 2020. At that point in time, I asked the deputy provost to coordinate this, and they had several meetings where he also involved Dr. Olayinka Ebokari. I don't know, did you introduce Dr. Ebokari before? Yes. She's a communication and language expert from University of Ibadan who has been working with our administration. And she has been doing a lot of great things. By the way, her husband was a former director of the University of Ibadan Distance Learning Center. So I think through that she has a lot. And her mentor was also the pioneer director. Dr. Ebokari, am I right? Professor Abiola Odejide, the wife of late Professor Odejide, who happened to be one of my mentors, was the pioneer director of the distance learning in the University of Ibadan. So she has had a lot of contact, and so we involved her, and she's been working with us in the College of Medicine. After the first meeting, it was decided that this course will be called Strategic Leadership and Management Program. I think we've retained that. Yes. And the targets will be ministry of officers, healthcare professionals, corporate bodies, administrators of institutes, political leaders, anyone who wants to aspire for leadership, and so on and so forth. And everything was put in place for this cause to take off. By the time I communicated on the 22nd of November 2020, I said I'll be grateful if the leadership and management course is built into the college so that it can be an integral part with infrastructure and services within, such that other programs in the college can benefit from teaching, for teaching, research, and service. It's my fervent hope that capacity will be built in the college in terms of resources needed to run the course, as opposed to external sources. The idea is that it will help to build not just leaders for healthcare, but beyond it to build up infrastructure, facilities, and services in the college that will outlive all of us and have a sustainable mechanism within. And of course, it will be a source of income to the college that generations can enjoy. and so on and so forth. And we were discussing, and unfortunately, on the 23rd of January 2021, silence on the group. Maybe the deputy provost will, or Professor Jengbede. The bottom line was, I don't think you were able to get people to buy into the project. And there was no money. Until just a few months ago, Professor Jengbede came again. And he came and said, what can his class do? And I gave him this option and other options. Digitization of the college, refurbish one of the theaters, so many things. But I can see that his heart was really sold out to this cause. And a few weeks after that, our beautiful mommy seated, and I don't know, are you the class prefect, sir? Who is the class prefect? Yes. They came all the way from Lagos by train to come and talk to us. We spoke extensively, and I could see that there was commitment from this great and awesome class. Yes, thank you so much. And so we set about planning. It just occurred to me that Professor Toluri has excellent, it just occurred to me that he's one of the people that will be a great resource on this course, because he taught us strategic planning in the college. Excellent. He was the project manager, leader of JPIGO for many years with training in leadership. Oh yes. I just looked at him and I found that he should be one of those that we have excellent resources, people who have trained. Professor Jengbede, Professor Otoluri, Professor Arulo, many resource people that we can use. And so we began to plan. But by then things had changed a bit. By then the Nigerian breweries, through the Felix Ehiwere Educational Trust Fund, had funded, we had reached out to them to help us fund the e-learning studio, which you will see today. I believe they're going there, to the tune of 40 million. And so we had already gone ahead, because one of the problems initially was that you were going to have to fund everything. But by the time the Felix Ehiwere Educational Trust Fund, through Nigerian breweries, had built a world-class, it's a small space, but it's an e-learning studio. Everything we need to beam to the world and teach. So we told Professor Jengbede, and then he said his class will now build upon that. And that's why your class has provided renewable energy. The batteries, the inverter, which are powering the system, including the air conditioners, came from your great class. Also the air conditioners. And then you are also going to power the software, and of course the e-learning gentleman, the experts, the gentleman running the UI distance learning is the one that we are relating with to help us to mount this program. So you are going to be paying for the, which you will see, for computers and staff for training and software, so that to make sure that this program lifts up the ground and flies as high, so that people from Washington and all over the world will come to learn from us in Nigeria. So far, we have Professor Oladosho Jengbede, our 5th provost, is the chairman of the program. He's the chairman. So I think we all need to look for him. So SARS and MAS, we did that on purpose, because he has to make sure it succeeds, because you have donated. We also have the deputy provost, even though we are leaving office, but in his capacity as self, as person, will continue to be coordinator for the program. Please help me. He's done tremendously well. Professor Fatai Adeni is a distinguished professor of physiotherapy and wellness. So he is going to coordinate. And of course, the technical aspects, the studio that we have, and I'm so delighted that our provost-elect is hearing, because the studio, which is called Felix Ehiwere, and then a few doors close to that, you have a room which is being given to you. I must thank the secretary to the college for all his efforts. And I will whisper that, you know, it was a bit of a tug of war to get that room. So you need to go and make peace in your domain. Yes, because we took it by force. But one thing I said, if you have not used the room for 10 years, then you don't need the room. Somebody else who needs it will use it. So we have allocated a big, spacious room that's going to be commissioned today. And I must let you know, sirs and ma'ams, that throughout the weekend, the Deputy Provost, Secretary to the College, Dr. Ebokari, and many others have been working to put things in place so that today we can have this. The beauty is that to this side, we have the Felix Ehiwere e-learning studio. And then on the same place, there's the class of 1974, Mbbs class of 1974, leadership training program setup, working side by side. So the people who are going to be training and doing this, they'll go and get recorded in the studio. And then everything will be administered just a few doors away. And virtually everything is in place. We're going to still yet appoint a director of the program, because we're starting off with a certificate course, which will be short. And then we're going to take it to have masters and have postgraduate diploma. And then by the grace of God, even we would have a PhD people. And I believe that, I'm just looking at Dr. Tony Marino. He's one of the people that can teach on that course. He's not far from us here. His clinic is just behind there. So in between seeing patients, he can come, and he has a lot of excellence through his Educare outfit. He has a lot of ideas of what can be put in place. And I must acknowledge him as a son of one of Nigeria's first-generation psychiatrists. So he grew up in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. So on that note, I just want to say, Mbbs class of 1974, you are building a living legacy to train Nigerians, to train our politicians, to train our health professionals. And this is going to generate income for your alma mater, keeping us alive and taking us off eventually. I'm hoping that one day we'll be off federal, we'll become like an alumni-funded institution. So on that note, I want to thank you all. And of course, the CMD too, we're going to be working side by side. Everything we do, you said we're sister institutions. I wanted to say that we are the mother, they are the child, the daughter. University of Ibadan gave birth to UCH, even though now you are bigger than us. But we shall walk hand in hand. So on that note, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. As your days, so shall your strength be. And may you all live to see this leadership training program rise up and take on the world. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much, Provost, for that wonderful speech. She did say that she's not a woman of, she said she was not a woman of many words. Anyway, so thank you very much, Ma. Just a quick addition. Yes, when we started around 2020, the meetings began and all that, we actually concluded at some point, but we had to stop because there was no funding. And that was responsible for the break. But then, let me quickly also mention that by the time we concluded at that first time, around 2021 or thereabout, the total package, including what the MBL did for over 40 million now, and including what we have done for over 40 million too, everything was less than 50 million. Now the entire package is coming close to 100 million. You know, so you are going to see them. And so that's what, so I imagine that if your class didn't come true for us, the MBL would have done that of the 40 million and not the e-learning. But then, you know, this additional facility may not have been very accessible because of the license and all the other packages. But there's one computer that is bought for close to 4 million naira, just one single computer from your class. Yes. Thank you very much, sir. So, thank you very much. So we will have quick introductions. There are 2 or 3 other members, yes, sir, that came in.
Thank you, sir. While I take the mic to the new members, I want to state here that the provost has said we are afraid of Professor Laani. Our own set, we are not afraid, because he treated us like father. On a few occasions, he was tutorial master for a group of us here. He brought his car to UCH, took us to his home in Bodija for tutorial. Yes. And his wife gave us Coke and biscuits.
Named Dr. Dele Obileye, orthopedic surgeon, based in Ibadan here.
Thank you very much. I am Mrs. Bola Obileye, the wife of Dr. Obileye, orthopedic surgeon. Thank you very much.
Former head of service.
I'm Doja Badejoko, ni Banjoko.
Thank you very much, sir. So I think the next item is to listen to our very distinguished grand teacher, mentor, father, and friend, as you have been made to believe this morning, to listen to his talk, which I've been told will just be for about 20 minutes, just a few minutes. 2 minutes. That would be so, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Professor Johnson Laani.
Hello. Provost, CMD, distinguished colleagues, because all of you are my colleagues. You won't believe this, but it's true. Yesterday I was celebrating my 90th birthday, and then in came some distinguished people, probably up to 20, and that turned the tide. And once I saw Doshu, by the way, I shouldn't call him Doshu now because he was my boss but before him, early in the morning, he's been there, was with me most of the day, Tony Marinho. A bit about the two of them later. This morning I woke up very refreshed, and then I took this program, and I saw for the first time I was supposed to be one of the speakers. And I said, what to do? Lecturer? Now, I would like to specially welcome everybody here to this 50th anniversary of this very special class. Now, the ones who drew me very close to them, the distillate of the class, 7 of them, 5 boys, 2 girls. So the Magnificent 7. Those of you who are watching films in the 60s or earlier on, a Western Magnificent 7, they were the Magnificent 7. And I said, what was I going to say? And when I was trying to write something, my son said, come and open the door to the visitors. So it broke me. So I said, well, luckily I went to one good school, where they brought us up on impromptu speeches. Government College Ibadan. On Saturday, entertainment, one Saturday was devoted to impromptu speeches where they will call you, come and say something about something, and you just have to say it. But whatever speech was I going to write? And then my son came in, Daddy, I want the key to the door. Please leave me alone. He said, no, no, no. I want the key to the door. And I said, I'm writing something. He said, Daddy, forget about it. You don't need to write anything. You just go and say and talk. I said, okay. Giving the program yesterday, and I saw this. I was so pleased until the provost told us the nitty-gritty, as they say in England. He said that really put the market value of this class very high in my own estimate. I didn't know they were 117 at that time, but the Magnificent 7 stood by me in many instances. They stuck to me like glue. They were present at most of my emergencies when I was senior registrar and secretary, and anything I was doing, sometimes at 2 a.m., they'd be there. They were always there. And then the relationship went on, grew, and that's the postgraduate phase. But when they were students, I will never forget it. I went abroad for 1 year, but when I was senior registrar in General Surgery, to do urology. Those Magnificent 7 were not deterred by all the obstacles in their way. They went through thousands of case notes to help me extract information. Thousands, I would say. So, but when they were having difficulty, I then said, please, stay back. I'm not saying them trying to pull any punch. The records, people were not letting them, so I said they should leave it. But they've left with me an indelible mark. They were nice students, nice friends, nice colleagues, And then when Tony Marinho was doing his postgraduate, his rotation in surgery, I was doing some projects. And then I gave him something to do, and I don't know what he was aiming for. Overnight, he had far exceeded what I wanted him to do. So I said, oh my God. I am supposed to be something, he encouraged me, and that was that. Up till now, I think Tony Marinho, I will see friends. So, I'm so happy the Provost gave us details of this thing when they said project. Because I didn't really have time to read all this, but this is a fantastic thing, really, really beautiful. And think that he's going to be domiciled in this institution is a source of pride for all of us. And I thank Provost, Tosho Gengbede, and the rest of them. Now, postgraduate, presidency. Tony rotated through us as registrar. There was a young female houseman who wasn't making her mark. All of a sudden, Tony told her, hands off all the investigation. So each time we are doing a round, now tell me about it. Tony will say everything. She's learning. You know, Tony was with it. Sometimes I didn't have to worry too much about it. And then when suddenly he finished his fellowship, Tony, I said if there's only one, maybe two, who will be employed as lecturer, to be you and Gengbede. He said, no, it's not interested. There are so many consultants who operate once a month. He will go to that place, the factory. And that's what he did before he came to us establish his ultrasound thing. As for my former boss, the episode I narrated yesterday, I will narrate it for the benefit of those who weren't here. There I was in my house where I celebrated my 90th birthday yesterday. Hello? Okay. They came and late Bob Oshotimehin and him. Bob was provost. He was the provost coming on. And he came to our house and he said he came to see me. Yes, friend to friend, no problem. So they said, but mommy then interrupted, cutting. Look, you people, you are the consultants in this hospital. The hospital seems to be sliding down and clinical practice. What are you going to do about it? Anyway, after they'd gone forward and backwards, the two of them admitted, okay, we'll do something about it. You are right, Mama. But that's not what we came for. So what did you come for? They want me to be the dean, next dean of clinical sciences and dentistry. Of course, my wife more or less flew off behind it. He said, no such thing. My husband is not going to be any dean, anything. I would say I was alarmed. But because Joshua and Bob, very nice boys they were. So I said, okay, we'll talk about it. I said it was remote. Anyway, I went, my wife said, okay, you are going on holidays. When you get to England, all your children there, ask them, what do you ask them? What? My uncle who gave her away when we got married was there. And I asked each of them, Uncle, what do you think? Oh, Johnson, I know you are devoted to your work. But if your colleagues ask you to do something, you should consider it. But don't let it affect your work. That's what the man told me. Anyway, eventually, I came back, only to find that my wife said, don't forget what your aburo said. Only what? If your aburos come to you and say, come and bake this, obviously they have a high, regard for you. Don't let them down. Why are you playing another tune? Weeks later, he said, no, I mean it. Though Bob and they came to you, you better consider it. Then I said, okay, my best friend in Government College, Ibadan, he was a chemical pathologist. So I went to him. Well, what do you think? He said, look, in the United States, Bob Kennedy, and all these people, they put their own relations or people they understand. If these your colleagues think so highly of you to say, come and do this. You better consider it. Say in future, if they see good things coming, they will not even look at you. So I said, all right. But cut a long story short, I just bought a suit from Marks and Spencer. And I like the suit. So I donned the suit on around 1. So I told my wife I was going. She said, yes, you better go. And then, just as I entered the secretary's office, everybody, there was an uproar. They didn't extend it, but I came. But up till tomorrow morning, I thank Doshu and laid something for that. Little did I know that there was life outside the bladder and kidney. There were other things you could do. All I knew was interested, and my senior colleague, late Provost, he was a workaholic, full stop. That was that. He would come at 7 and would operate till anyway. So I was okay. I better. So I joined them. And the thing I'm thanking them for allowing me to know about the university. I was trained in Ibadan, I worked in Ibadan, but there were so many things I learned within a short time. And I thank them very much for that. Then come back to the practice side. My good friend Tony Marinho, when usage was not performing too well, they were not part. That was many years ago, and I found that we had no X-ray, we had no this, we didn't have this, we didn't have. So I opened a clinic in the library in my house. I was not a private practice now. The practice in urology, you just didn't have time for private practice because you start clinic at 8, one person will come at 4 or 5. Johnson, permission to fall out. He will leave me there with one houseman and 2 staff. We will do bougie till 8 p.m. The husbands of the women will be lining up at the railing. But we had to beg late Provost Adeloye that this is getting too much. So he agreed we could take Peter Constant's slot for TB spine in children in those days. Constant was one of the earlier surgeons with David. So he allowed us only 1 hour. But you go there now, with due respect to Shito and Co., they've captured the whole place. They are doing cystoscopy, they are doing every kind of thing. That, the following has always been, because when we were, Nkwaso and I were there, we had more patients than the 3 general surgical units put together, apart from orthopedics, who had more patients. So, anyway, I owe a lot to your class, the Magnificent 7, and particularly Tony Marinho and Doshu, my boss. One day I went to him, I said, look, Professor so-and-so says he wants to go on sabbatical. After the sabbatical, he wants to go leave of absence, this and that. Money, but there you are. He's just broken his leg. He's just convalescing. After that, what's he do? So I said, I just want you to give me advice. What should I do? He said, what should we do? I said, yeah, you are the boss. He said, you said this man is your friend. As Yoruba you say, I don't know you. I didn't want to. He said, money in civil service. I work in civil service, 54 to 56 in the Council of Ministers office in Lagos after leaving government college before coming to do medicine. I said, Gio, they will board him. He said, excuse me, sir, what is boarding? Money, but they will board him. And so if you say your friend, you can handle that yourself. I was disarmed. So I said, okay, we will leave that quiet. So I learned a lot in that short period of time, you know, from Doshu. You know, at one point, he was acting BC. I was so thrilled. You know, one of the deans, but you know, he showed leadership, and that, to my mind, is the hallmark of this God's gathering, because all of you who have introduced yourself or have been introduced, you've done extremely well. You've done very well. I'm very, very proud of you, you know. But the anchor people were the magnificent 7, reduced to Doshu and Tony. Let me tell you an episode. Tony, I will say to Tony, or write a letter, Tony, please do this old man's skinny for me. Then we can, everybody must take his turn, this and that, and this you don't go. So I will go there. Tony, have you done my patient? He would have told me all manner of things. You know, he said it was drama. Then he would then say, my father, my teacher, I couldn't say a thing like that to you. This and that. You know, and what strikes me is he will leave whatever he was doing. He will come and stop the traffic for me, all those taxis. Really give me VIP treatment. You know, so this link that started as medical student to registrar to consultant to teacher is very strong. Yes, the ones I know. But those, the remnant of the Magnificent 7, I don't know where they are. One of them was the sister of my friend, my classmate in government college. He is passed on, but he was an outstanding student. He was a cricketer and all that. So her and Savage, yes. Was he Yewanje Savage? Anyway, that was Savage. Those two, they were very helpful to me. So there we are. Now, going back to this project, I'm really thrilled. As one of my friends used to say, I'm thrilled to bits that you people are starting something like this, and through somebody I know, Joshua Jengbede. So I thank you very much for bringing me into the show, and because there's another class, but there are 2 classes whose invitation preceded your own. Adeniyi, yes, he's a practitioner in. He had already told me that his class were going to invite me to. Then I mixed it up until Tony phoned me one day that this and so it's a separate thing. So their own is still lingering. But I thank you very much for civilizing me, for educating me. When did I last see something, all this glitter and all that? And the room full of distinguished people, you know. So I thank you for this outing, and I hope your all the activities today will be blessed by God and will be guided by God.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you all for that standing ovation. Well deserved. Such an incredible eloquence. Thank you very much, sir. That was very wonderful. And, you know, just to me, very, very graphical, as in we could relate so well with the events of that time. Thank you very much, sir. Ọpọlọ yín á túbọ̀ máa jápépé sí nífi ìnira lògbà. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations once again on your 90th birthday. Yes, discussion, and I think that will be very brief, but I will just call on the Chief Medical Director to start that phase with any remark for us. Thank you, sir.
Well, I did not go to GCI, so we were not taught on impromptu speeches. Well, this is impromptu. Good afternoon, distinguished members of the High Table and the distinguished class of 1974. From the way Professor Laani spoke, it sounds like reminiscences. And maybe I too will reminisce on one or two things about the distinguished class of 1974, some of whom were my teachers. Let me start from Professor Laani, who is the lecturer. He taught us well, and we were not afraid of him too, because he was always jovial, funny. I remember one of my classmates whose name is Yakin, and he asked him, "What's your name?" He said, "I'm T.Y. Yakin." He said, "Yakin Ilorukwe." It's not like Yakin. And all of us will laugh, and after that, he will start teaching us. And the way he taught, there's no way you will remember. In fact, some of the things he taught us in the cancer of the prostate, I can never forget. We say it is in the 60s, it is more common in men above 60, and the prostate is hard and craggy and enlarged. So those three things, hard, enlarged, and craggy, even though I didn't go into surgery, but those, and today if I do a rectal examination as a gastroenterologist, I will be looking for hard, craggy, and enlarged prostate to make that diagnosis. Incidentally, one of his children, Bola, was also my classmate. We graduated together, and we still communicate. To Professor Toluri, he was also my teacher, but I remember him more in the theater. And we used to gossip in those days. You know, he was and still handsome. And when he wears the scrub, his gold necklace will be showing. And I'll be estimating, we will be estimating, no more a carat gold to one. So, you know, a lot of things students do. We take life easy until exam comes and we start scoring up and down. And of course, I'll still pick on Professor Bojuwe, who is a gastroenterologist. We're in the same field. He taught us at postgraduate level and at many times co-examiner for Mbbs in the Department of Medicine, University of Ibadan, here. I recognize you, sir. Then Professor Jengbere too was also my teacher there in UNG on the third floor. He was also very funny. Well, he could be very strict. If I would say whether we are afraid of him or not, I would say non-A, non-B. Because it depends on his mood. If he gets angry with you, you're in trouble. But when he laughs with you, it's full. And I remember one of the things he taught us was teaching us about uterine prolapse, and was trying to teach us how to answer questions in exam. I was the group captain, so I remember very well. And it taught me a lesson that sometimes when we are trying to tell students not to say real things, it is the real things that we remember. Because honestly speaking, I can't remember any other reason other than old age that causes uterine prolapse. But along the line, he now said, some of you in exam, they will ask you, what are the causes of uterine prolapse? And you say congenital absence of the pubis. He says it's very rare, but it can happen. What do you know? I can never forget it. Of course, multiparity and all those other things were also taught. Then Dr. Tony Mario too, he used to come in the evening from Oluyoro then to teach us. So I didn't like his class, but I loved his teaching. mainly because of the diction, not because of the content. And he would gather us in the third floor tutorial room there, usually after 4 p.m. when you are tired, maybe just taking garri and sugar. As a student, you wanted to steal. But he taught us, he did teach us well. And in his practice, he's so generous. When my wife was pregnant for our first child, I decided to take him there. I didn't even want to identify myself, but somehow they got to know. He didn't charge a dime. I asked them not to bill me. Not just for me, a friend of mine who we graduated together was out of town, so the wife had multiple fibroids, and we had to get a second opinion. They came from Ife. Because of me, he didn't also charge the wife of my friend. So I want to thank you most sincerely. You have taught us in many ways than I can even recount now. Also, I know Dr. Familusi may not remember me. I think you were in Kaduna. I went to Command Secondary School, Kaduna, and my uncle is Chief Bayo or Tech Bayo, who I live with. And I know you are from Imesile. My hometown, Otanle, is just about 5 miles to yours. So I used to see your ambulance, the name of the... So, and it encouraged me, and I was even thinking I would go into private practice. But by the time I started residency, I felt I should be a consultant. Then later, I wanted to be a lecturer. Then later, I wanted to be a professor. Then I thank God. And now, I never imagined I would be CMD anyway. So, and let me say one thing again about Professor Jengbe. When we graduated, I wanted to leave Ibadan. I mean, we stayed all university days, and so there was opening at Obafemi Awolowo University Children's Hospital. And of course, we were to get 3 references, and it was getting late. So I was in his office. Later, my secretary allowed me to see him. He just said I should go, that he would deliver the reference I needed. And by the day of the interview, all my 3 references were there. What he wrote then to qualify me, my jaw was on the floor. That is it me he was talking about or somebody else? He so qualified me because he probably remembered me as a student. But then he dropped the letter physically by himself. So I want to thank you for that, sir. I don't think I remember any other face very well. Of course, I remember Dr. Enyu too. Thank you very much. So I want to thank everybody and congratulate the set. And we thank God that He has kept you alive to see this day. And the good work that you are doing is going to benefit not people from the College of Medicine or from the university or even from outside, but also the University College Hospital that is a sister institution to the University of Ibadan. I say that we are inseparable Siamese twins. Some Siamese twins can be separated successfully, but when they share vital organs like the heart, that you cannot separate, or even the brain. But the provost is quick to say that she's our mother. Well, Yoruba will say, and I won't translate it. Ìbànújẹ́ lọ́jọ́ orí ipò làgbà. So those who don't understand, you remain so. So, Mr. Deputy Provost, I thank you for the opportunity to say something.
Thank you very much, sir. CMD. Yes, sir.
Yes, I felt that I should take this opportunity to thank my colleagues here. We've all worked very hard to make this happen. Different people have different specializations, attributes. We all cooperated as one.
we didn't allow ego to disturb our operations. Because like they said, a set had tried to do what we did today, but they could not. But our members are wonderful. I thank everybody. Yes. I also like to thank the provost, because without she knowing it, when we came, with Kamaru and Pro, the way she received us, the pedestal that Adeto, okay, I hear you. The way she received us, the pedestal that she placed us, when we got back, we said, the way this woman respected us, especially with those in our team, but fail, we must not fail, or else I will never come to Ibadan again. But we thank God, we all rallied round. Those who are in Nigeria, those who are in America, in UK, Canada, thank you very much, my set. Beautiful set. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll just take 2 more comments, very, very brief, and then we'll also have from Dr. Femi Mobolaji Johnson said, Femi Mobolaji Lawa, rather. Femi Mobolaji Lawa said he's going to make a comment as well. I worked with him at the Nigeria Heart Foundation when he was the chairman of the board of Nigeria Heart Foundation, so I knew him then some years back. So thank you very much, sir. And for Dr. Tony Mario, let me also say that all my wife's pregnancies, all the ultrasounds were free of charge. Yes. And for Professor Dosushi Ojagbede, his daughter, Deni, and I were in same class together, and I also have a daughter called Deni. So that's it. Just quick remarks from, maybe we'll start from Dr. Mbalaji Lawa, then we'll come over here. After him, then we'll have the Provost-elect and the President of ICOMA Worldwide. Then we'll finish. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. The chairman of our group has already spoken about the Provost's influence on what you've done. And I have told you also that your enthusiasm and the confidence with which you gave us has been very, very instrumental to us being able to deliver what we've delivered today. And I told you that your leadership style here and the things you have accomplished, you have written your name in good here. And I want to, the entire management team, and I want to, just say that we are very proud of you and for what you are doing here. And what our chairman has said is, it encouraged us. The budget we had in mind before was smaller than what we had to deal with, but we had to pull all our resources together. So thank you very much for what you are doing here. Yeah. And on a second note, I'm very happy that you have more or less made Dr. Doshu Ojengbede and Fatai, in charge. I know him very well. He exercised in medicine. He's very instrumental to Nigeria Heart Foundation. And I know that with the project in their hands, we are sure that they will form the link between you and the new provost and even succeeding provost, so that this project will continue and get better. So thank you for that initiative. A word about the leadership and management in health course. I attended that course, virtually. I think it was in 2018 or thereabouts. And I was struck that the course was very good. And in our little set in Lagos, there were like 10 people. And since then, it has grown. And I'm very, it's intriguing that so many people even from UCH are attending that course. And one of the comments I made after I did that, surely we can do this in Nigeria. And when we started on this course, I wasn't quite sure what we were trying to do. But as it came out more and more, and after listening to you today, and seeing that the origin of this course is from there. Because I told my wife when we were applying this, I said, I think that what we are trying to do is along this one of the LMIH in Washington, Seattle, you know. So it's really such a thing that our academic institutions should be able to do this. And I'm so happy that you've taken this course. And I know that it's going to succeed, you know, and I'm very happy that we are part of it. You know, just a word about our dear teacher, our Baba, Professor Laani. You are commending us for turning out so well and everything. And I want to just say that, yes, I mean, listening to everybody I'm looking at you, we have done reasonably well. But, you know, it was due to the training you gave us when we were here. You know, you did not allow any laxity. Even, you know, at that time, you cannot wear sneakers or trainers. No matter how well you into the word, our teachers will ask you to go and change. And you must come in with tie. You must come in properly dressed. You taught us how to dress properly at that time. You taught us good bedside manners, apart from the academic content of the course, which was very high, very, very high. Many of us who went to abroad, we didn't have to bother about part one because the standard of what we have been taught here was just equivalent. Some of us were exempted from the mandatory exams because of the standard here. So I'm happy for you that you are able to see the product of your hand. And we thank God for your life as well. So I think I will just stop there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I will call the president-elect now, but I know that I've just been told that some individuals who are online also want to speak, and I think it's, yes, and even though we are pressed for time, even if it's just one, but if we are not able to get them to speak, I think they are going to get their message. Some of them have typed some messages that we will just read through. So, Provost-elect, sir, you are the one.
Thank you very much. The Provost of the College of Medicine, our Chief Medical Director, and distinguished elders and members of the management team here on the high table, our distinguished elders, teachers, and senior colleagues of the set 1974, 50 years ago. We give God all the glory that you are here today, and we're here with you celebrating 50 years of leaving the medical school. Some have gone, and you are still here. We thank God for that, and we pray that God will grant you long life, in good health, and in prosperity. What do I have to say? I wasn't actually planning to say anything. I didn't even think that they were going to ask me to say anything. A lot has been said about some of you who have been our teachers. Dr. Tony Marion is there, Professor Jengbede is there, and of course a lot is said about Papa Laani, who happens to be my teacher, not just as a medical student, but also as a resident doctor, because I'm also a surgeon. I'm a general surgeon in the Department of Surgery. And of course, Professor Otolorin. And I can attest to all that our CMD said about him when we were medical students. We have so many handsome teachers and that you look up to, and you wanted to be like them. So we thank God for your lives. And there's no doubt that you've given us good legacy, all of you, even those who didn't stay back to be teachers in the medical school. And part of that legacy is what we are doing today. And we appreciate that on behalf of not just only the management of the College of Medicine, but also the staff and students who are going to be beneficiaries of this, your great gesture. Our provost has done a lot. I gave inaugural lecture last year, June 8th. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago that it was 1 year ago. And in my remarks, in my acknowledgement, I made mention of this fact. And I said the duo of the provost and the deputy provost, that I pity whoever is going to enter into their shoes to take over from them. Because the shoes are too big for anybody to enter into. judging from all that they have been doing for the college. They've been a very wonderful pair, and I've done a lot for this university, for this college. Little did I know that I will be the one to enter into those shoes. I still pity myself, though. But I believe that the God of heaven and the advices of senior teachers, colleagues that have helped them to be able to do what they have done will also be available for me. My pursuit is the fact that we can all rest assured that whatever has been working, whatever is going on well in the College of Medicine, will continue to improve on them by the grace of God. During the manifesto day, there was many questions, and some of them bordered on continuity and what would happen when this duo of leadership leaves. And my response to them was that you don't change in winning us. Whatever is working, we continue to make sure that those things work, and we improve on them to work better. And whatever areas we need to improve, because there will always be room for improvement. And by the grace of God, together, we are going to take the college to higher ground. I pray for you, stars and mass, that the Lord will continue to be with you and grant you peace in all your endeavors. Thank you very much.
ITU, there are several people, distinguished stars and ma, there are several people online. I don't know which of them are your classmates, but I know it's nice for them to be able to participate and speak. So I don't know, can they hear me? They can hear me. Stars and Mas online, there's an Abayomi Ayeshimoju. Oh, that's your class, doctor. Yes. There's an Abiola Tilly. Oh, okay. Ambassador John K. Shinkaye. No, okay. Then we have our pioneer provost, Emeritus Professor Oluwole Akonde. And I think he wants to speak. So we can unmute him. Then these are others, maybe because we shared there's Helen Egboreme, Olatunji Odumefun. Ogumefun is your class. Oh, wow. Maybe we can, maybe one or two. Then Olusegun Odetoimbo. Oh, okay. Well, I know, I acknowledge if Shola Oluwanuga, who is my friend, psychiatrist. Thank you. There's Oluwatoni Onobolu. Those are all your classmates. Oh. And Uzo Amaka Egbuna. And then Wole Abiodun Wright. And Francis Fadero. Oh. So I don't know which of them will be allowed to speak. Okay, let's, Emeritus Professor Sir, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Emeritus Professor.
My dearest Provost.
Mm-hmm. You need to put off, and then can we pin him? Can you pin him? Please proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's so nice to see all these young men and women who've done 50 years since they graduated. It really looks like yesterday. So many of them I have not seen for many years, but they're all looking so beautiful and so wonderful. I'm so grateful to God that it's possible for them to come back 50 years after their graduation. I say hearty congratulations on this auspicious occasion. thank God for your lives and the lives of your family that you have been so blessed all these years. And we also thank you for giving back to the college, your alma mater. You're really wonderful. You've done so well. We pray that the good Lord will continue to support you and your families and give you abundant blessings in the years to come. It's also so nice to see Professor Johnson Laani at 90, looking so fit and so well. And I enjoyed his reminiscences, just as I did those of the CMD, the Provost, and others who have spoken. So Johnson, I wish you continued God's blessings in the years ahead. Once again, so nice to see you all. So grateful that you are here in the college. I'm actually in the UK at the moment, so I'm speaking from the UK, speaking to you. Tony Mario, I can see Joshua Jengbede, and Dr. Odujiri. I've not Professor Odujiri. I've not seen him for a long time since we left the WHO. There's so many of you. I thank you all. I thank God for your lives. Once again, Madam Provost, CMD, Provost-elect, God bless you all. Thank you.
So, class captain, sir. Okay. Who do you want? Silly. Okay. Dr. Biola Tiliga. Please, can you speak very briefly, ma? Please remain muted over there, please. Thank you. Can you unmute her?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you beam the spotlight on her?
At some stage, you will hear me. I am very glad and grateful to the Almighty God for sparing our lives up till now. And thank you very much for your reception of us. It brings back memories of when we were in school.
It's not allowing me to.
And those memories are things that we all cherish. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you because I had to answer the call of motherhood. My granddaughter was taken to a very important school production, and she had said, "Gamba, you must be there." So I chose that, and she rewarded me yesterday by swimming up and down in the pool to me, saying, "Gamba, thank you very much. Thank you. I love you." We have a responsibility to the people behind us, our children and our grandchildren, for them to know what the course of medicine is about. That it is noble, it is dignifying, and it does answer to the call of the Almighty God. We're grateful to the teachers that made us who we are today, and we will be recognizing that recognition later. Some of us have worked in different fields of medicine. In this group, we've got about 9 professors of different branches of medicine. We've got people who have been knighted. We've got people who worked in the UN, in international organizations, in the African Union, and all this was thanks to what we got from the University of Ibadan Medical School. I, for one, am very proud and I sing the praises of my teachers every time. Until about a week before his death, I was able to see late Professor Adetokunbo Lucas. All of you, I pray for God's continued protection and longevity. Thank you once again, and hope to see you again. Maybe not in another 50 years, but we hope to see again and again. I'm speaking to you from somewhere in Greece. Oh, wow. Thank you. No, I can't come in yet.
One more person.
Can we unmute?
The only thing that you
Doctor, we're asking for Dr. Odetoyinbo. Who is speaking?
And we had so many.
Oh, she's Dr. Odetoyinbo. Please, can we unmute Dr. Olusegun Odetoyinbo? Over to you, sir. And can we pin their Zoom so that we can see them? Once he puts on his video, or he has not put on his... Sir, are you going to put on your video? Doctor, maybe he doesn't want to. Dr. Odetoyinbo, please, over to you, sir. Dr. Odetoyinbo, unmute yourself, sir. Did you unmute him? Okay. Dr. Odetoyinbo.
I'm very proud to be part of this one. I acknowledge everybody in the high table, including Professor Boardroom, the rector. I was very excited with this project when Professor Jemgwede introduced it to us. And from what I hear today, I know it's going to be a huge success. Thank you for University of Ibadan for giving us a good medical foundation. Thank you to our teachers. We acknowledge you. And so my colleagues whom I haven't seen for a long time, I say, thank you for coming and making this very successful. Thank you.
So, because of time, we have been told to suspend all the further remarks, but we will still take the one from the president of ICOMA worldwide. And so, Professor Emmanuel Oladipo Otolorin.
Thank you very much, DP. I went off that one long time ago. The provost of the College of Medicine, the first female provost, my teacher, I must recognize you, and I'll say a word about you later on. The provost-elect, the deputy provost, let me just rest on existing protocol. I'm really, really pleased to be here today as president of ICOMA to see this beautiful class of 1974. When the provost approached me some 4 years ago to be president of ICOMA worldwide, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I must say that it's really been a very interesting journey. I must say that soon after I came on board, she laid out her plans for the College of Medicine. We recognize two activities mostly: the hostel building project and then the supported students scholarship program. The hostel building project, we had a design, we knew how much it was going to cost, and I looked at it and I asked myself, where are we going to get all this money? Then I did some calculation and said, if we can get 2,500 alumni to pay 1 million naira each, we will get the job done. She was building in faith, but her faith was very strong, because through her faith and the support of all the alumni, she was able, we've been able to raise so much money to at least build 4 blocks out of 6. And I think that I have no doubt in my mind that the work will continue during the time of the new incoming provost, Professor Ogundiran. Now, I have to specially thank the class of 1974 for what you are doing, for your own contribution to capacity building in the college, for leadership and management. I think this is really a laudable project for which you deserve special applause. Our country right now is blessed in many ways. What it lacks is the right type of leadership. This country will have been like Singapore or UAE and so on, Malaysia, if only we had the right type of leadership right from the time of independence. But we are trying to catch up, and we don't have to do it all at the political level. We can start in our own area. So this dream, this building of capacity, even within our own college, is a wonderful initiative which should be commended. The Ibadan College of Medicine is blessed. We have so many eminent intellectuals, people who have gone out and made us proud, and you are coming back to give back. That's how it should be, and we are grateful to you. Even for those who give 500,000, those who give 1 million, to those who gave $1 million, like Philip Ozua, we are entirely grateful to all of us. Well, going forward, I guess I see that person, the CMD is still here. Otegba, you are still here, good. The Ibadan College of Medicine has more or less been resting on the shoulders of the College of Medicine. Going forward, we have to start thinking of independence. We need our own building, an ICOMA building. We need an office for ICOMA. So maybe we'll be getting back to you to ask for a piece of land where we can build an ICOMA office, not the one room that we have downstairs, but to put a structure where we can do much more than what we are doing now. As the Provost has recognized, many Ivy League universities in the world are being run mostly by alumni. Harvard, Princeton, all those places, the alumni contribution to their budget is up to 70%. So we may, but for us to be able to achieve, to get to that level of commitment and contribution, we need a structure. We have only one permanent staff for ICOMA, and that's the admin secretary. But you need an ICOMA office with a structure in place to go forward. And I think we should be able to think about that. We'll be coming back to you. So just think about it. Now, I won't go into that argument. But so many of you here that I remember, and I'd like to acknowledge all of you. Professor Odujiri. We were together in Abuja when she was in WHO. Nice to see you again. It's been quite a long time. And Femi Majokudu, I know he stepped out, but here we are. He's somebody I haven't seen for a long time. My orthopedic surgeon, we meet in church every Sunday. So, you know, but good to see you, especially to see you with your wife. You know, good, you know, you are most welcome. Tony, I see every day. Joshua, I see every day. And those that I don't see every day, I'm really glad to see you. Please keep up supporting us. We need all the support we can get, because this is the first and the best college of medicine in Nigeria. And we must keep the standard going. Now, my biggest concern is that we are training people who should be stepping into the shoes of those of you who have retired, but they are not doing so. They are leaving. They are leaving the country. That's my biggest concern. I don't know what the incoming provost is going to do, but we need to find a solution. We cannot keep training residents. O&G department trained 10 residents who all passed their finals, and all 10 left. They are in UK. They are retiring at 70. Nobody is entering. We have to find a solution to that. Lastly, sir, Professor Johnson Laani, you were the exception in Department of Surgery. I came to this university to be a surgeon. I've said this story before. I did anatomy. Even when I got a discipline in physiology, I was invited for BSc physiology. I said no, I must do BSc anatomy because I wanted to be a surgeon. By the time I got to surgery department, I was so harassed by some of the surgeons there, and it was a contrast with Professor Hendriski. Professor Hendriski met me in Eruwa, Igbora. He was so fatherly. The relationship between the teacher and the lecturer was so wonderful that I changed my mind from being a surgeon to being an OBGYN. Even though we have a lot of surgery in OBGYN as well. But I say Professor Laani was an exception, because when I started running away from some of the ward rounds in surgery, we went to him. His nephew, Dr. Ketiku, was my classmate. So we formed our own class of 7 or so that we used to go to him, and we used to do ward rounds with him in surgery. That's how we passed surgery at that time. And I must remember when I then did O&G, I had to rotate through urology. And we had a wonderful time together passing through urology. Absolute gentleman. His relationship with resident doctors was superb. And that's what I always say. And when you are teaching leadership now, please emphasize to all the lecturers the importance of student-lecturer relationship, because that is what we build the alumni. There are some younger alumni now, we talk to them, they say they have memories that they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear anything about Ibadan College of Medicine because of some memories they had. Things were good in our time. So let us remember, there's no benefit in terrorizing students or making them to feel unworthy. We must have that interpersonal relationship with students, mentorship, looking at them and teaching them like our children. When they then have that experience, that wonderful experience, they'll be more willing to give back to the college. So I thank you, sir, for giving me a wonderful experience in the Department of Surgery, despite the harassment from others, even though some of them are some of my best friends today. But surgery changed my decision to be a surgeon. I went to O&G, and that was the reason. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And let me use my power as the MC to quickly read a short message from one of your students. Congratulations to the distinguished class of 1974. Our dear teachers and I must mention Professor Ojengbede, Dr. Olofin, Dr. Mario, who always did my scans for free through years of infertility, thankfully resolved. I also greet Dr. Bojuwoye, who taught me applied physiology in University of Lagos, and Dr. Shola Odujurin, a mentor from the WHO. Congratulations to you all. Happy birthday, our dear teacher, Professor Laani. You were celebrated on our class chat, Mbbs class of 1991, yesterday. Dr. Olushola Ephraim Oluwanoga. Thank you. So I will call now on the main planning committee of this event. Dr. Benga Idowu, Chairman, Professor Doshu Ojengbede, Co-Chairman, Ibadan, Dr. Kamoru Omotosho, Co-Chairman, Lagos, Professor Sylvester Ukabam, Co-Chairman, Diaspora, Dr. Adetong Agbe Davis, Treasurer, and Dr. Femi Mobolaji Lawal, Coordinator. You have a task to carry out now, presenting your check to the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan.
Provost, yeah, okay, yeah. Provost, please come to the. Okay.
So, Madam Provost, distinguished members of College of Medicine Executive Committee, the main coordinating committee of the class MBBS of 1974 College of Medicine graduates, are so delighted and happy that your hard work is yielding fruits, and one of the fruits, a big one, is the one being presented today by this committee on behalf of every member of the class, those who are here and those who are unavoidably absent. We also hope that this donation, from what it will be used to achieve, will yield further results, and will still motivate this class to do even more than we have done now. So we congratulate you, and we present the check on behalf of the class.
Let them sign the check first. Let them sign the check first. Sign the check.
Okay.
Sign the check.
Actually, the other one.
Very big. Wow. Fantastic.
So once again, congratulations, Madam Provost. We present a check on behalf of the entire class of MBBS graduating class of 1974.
With great joy and rejoicing, on behalf of every student, staff, alumni, the entire College of Medicine University of Ibadan community, we received this check of 42,176,300 naira only. Today, 10th June 2024, to the glory of God, from the MBBS class who graduated 50 years ago from the then Faculty of Medicine, now College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, with gratitude and with prayers for blessings, that every hand and every heart that has given will be replenished a millionfold. Amen. That indeed this leadership program will grow and fly, and we will all be proud of it, and we will gather again and again to rejoice. Thank you so much, sirs and mas. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Music, music.
What's that?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our very distinguished. For me, when I talk about him, I would say grand teacher. He looked surprised, but the class of 1974 has a special cake designed for you to celebrate your birthday with you, sir. And please come over, sir. Hold him, please. Support him.
Please, can you rise up to support Baba with this cake cutting? As many as can. Emma Boja. Yes. Fade, Remy. Who else? Ayo. Tony. Doesn't even matter if I'm there. Why are you all shying away from? Oh yeah, now. Yomi. Kimabo. Èmi ni máa sọ̀rọ̀. I need láti rojú tèmi mọ́. Please, please, please. Sorry, jẹ́ n bọ́ síwájú bẹ́ẹ̀. We don't want to keep Baba wait. Kí ni wọ́n ṣe? As many as can. Please, let's support. You know, okay, Babiba. Okay, hurry up, please. You don't want to miss this very important picture. Professor, Kilode, are you tired? Emma Bo. I'll capture Wabakon. We are happy to be with. Okay, right. Baba, are you ready to cut your cake? Okay, he said I should hold on. As many. Okay, so I'm going to start from 74, which was the year we graduated, until we get to 90. 74, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you, Papa. May the good Lord bless you. Amen. Thank you very much. Oh, for he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Deputy Provost. Deputy Provost, can we have our own cake? We take this away. Emma Law, take one ball. Post there. Some of them say they don't remember I had a mobilette. I'm telling you. Oh, no. Post there. No, I love it. My daughter posted it on Facebook one day. Only come woman. Headmaster, that. Whatever you
don't do your job, my dear. We'll be actually. To do for us.
Okay. Hello. Is this clear? Yes, I was really pleading that I'm not a public orator. Yes, so she's with me. Yes. So on the count of. Hello. Okay. Okay. So we're going to cut the cake. 1974 Alumni, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. At the count of what? 70. We count down from 70. Okay. So we're celebrating 50 years. Go. 70. 73. 74. Congratulations. Congrats.
Mr. Johnny, go fellow. I'm so sad. All the girls in the class. Only the girls. Akindi. Only the girls. Wait, are you changing your sex? Are we there?
We are babblers. Money is talking. How much is money?
Video will resume shortly.
No, some tripod one, tripod camera, tripod one. No, I didn't know Lamalo.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this segment. Remember, we still have to go for the commissioning of the leadership management facility. And that will just do that in a few minutes, and then I think there's another program.
See, you might want to sit up, but the provost is coming to this building now. What's in ball? Yes, they are coming already. Okay, you have to go and change the clothes. Oh. Because I was wondering that